just got done watching 1998's The Faculty, starring Josh Hartnett, Elijah Wood, Clea Duvall and Laura Harris. This one I've seen a good number of times over the years, on my own and showing it to other people. And you know what, normally I would give a summary here and try to cover a lot of the points in the story, but this is such a really simple plot. It's your standard body snatchers tale. Just for the modern generation. There's a group of, basically the faculty at a high school get taken over by aliens, like kind of parasites, that use the humans as their hosts, and they proceed to then take over and spread throughout the rest of the school. Except there are a couple of students, Zeke, played by Josh Hartnett, Casey, played by Elijah Wood, Delilah, who I can't remember, somebody Brewster, I think. Zeke, Casey, Delilah, Stokely, Stan and Mary Beth, who is a new student at the school. They're not infected. Well, okay, spoilers, one of them is, and then two of them are, and then pretty much all of them are, except for like Elijah Wood's character, who saves the day, which is always good to see, the dweeby one being the hero. That's always the best thing to see. And also the kind of against the norm. But basically it's down to them, thanks to these kind of drugs made with caffeine tablets that Zeke makes, which dry out the aliens, which live on the fluid in the human body. So yeah, it's your basic... It's a very basic story, sci-fi aliens, like I say, body snatchers tale. But you know what? The scariest thing in this movie? Robert Patrick smiling. That'll creep you out for years to come. At the time that I saw this movie, the only things I knew him from were Terminator 2, Die Hard 2, and at the time he was in the X-Files. So I was used to him, you know, when he was playing an evil character, he was very like downcast glare, you know, and eyebrows and stuff. And then in the X-Files he was this very kind of grumpy, huffy, troubled, you know, agent. So he was serious. So there is nothing like this blue-eyed guy just going, it's scary. I don't know why. I was so, like I said, I was so used to him being so solemn. And then he's just grinning when he's possessed by the aliens. And the funniest thing is his character, the coach, is really angry and, you know, one of those really aggressive kind of coaches. Is, you will do this, you will do that. The second he gets possessed by the aliens, he's so grim and happy. It's seriously, even now, after the amount of times I've watched this movie, still disturbs the try that again. Still disturbs the shit out of me. But, you know what? This is a really campy movie. It's so silly and ridiculous, but it's also very self-aware. It feels like a homage to older sci-fi alien movies. Especially like of like the you know, the black and white 40s era kind of thing. It's it does feel like a love letter to that. And also, it is not a shame to make, although some, usually pop culture references in movies get annoying and they unfortunately date it. This, it just feels like it's going, look, we recognise the fact that we're totally ripping off these other things. And my God, they even reference the X-Files in it. But they're like, we get that we're, kind of copying these things, but we don't care. We love those things, and that's what we're paying homage to, and that's what this whole movie feels like. And it is so fun. I love this movie so much. Like I said, I've watched it a good number of times. I am happy to watch this over and over again. It's an excellent ensemble cast, especially even with the likes of Piper Laurie, who plays this really creepy, kind of really stuttery teacher, and then she gets taken over by the aliens and she's really evil. And of course Piper Laurie out of Carrie, she was creepy in that as well, and other stuff. But and Salma Hayek doesn't have a big part in this. There's quite a lot of recognisable names and faces, but the core with the teenagers is really good. You do have your stereotypes. You have the jock, but he wants to change and stuff like that, and you have the kind of reprobate one who's selling all this stuff and that, but actually he's quite smart. You have the standard stereotypes somewhat tweaked, and it's funny I say tweaked because thanks to this movie, now if I have, say, too much Coca-Cola or that and I get a bit jittery, I to this day still say I'm tweaking, let me tweak, thanks to this movie. But no, it's a fun, it is silly. It's not, except for maybe Robert Patrick, it's not particularly scary. But it's good drama, it's a good thriller. And there's not much more I can say about this other than, please, if you like your sci-fi alien horror-esque movies, please check this out. It's definitely worth your time, and I'm pretty sure you can pick it up for £3 or $1 or whatever somewhere. I've had this a good number of years now, but it's an hour and 35 minutes long, so it's not even a long movie, but it's just a lot of fun, and that's what as I've said before, that's what I want out of a movie. I can be scared and that and stuff, but this is just, it's, like I said, because it is a thriller and that, and I tell you, the first time I watched this, I didn't catch on to who was the queen alien, even though I should have. And of course since then I'm like, yeah, it's so freaking obvious. I don't know why I didn't get it the first time. Clearly I just wasn't thinking the first time I saw it. But it's definitely worth your time if you do like your sci-fi alien movies, etc. Please do. It's campy, there's not much, the script isn't all that exciting in that. I have to laugh, the end scene with the queen alien, Casey sets these, the bleachers in the gym sliding back into place, and it just made me think of the X-Files episode Syzygy, where a guy gets killed in the bleachers. So I know that's a side note, but there is something very atmospheric about this movie. But if you do get the chance, please, do check out, give it a chance. It's not perfect, but it's just fun. That's 1998's The Faculty. Thanks so much for watching this review. We'll be back again tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing your comments and even your thoughts on other movies that I've not reviewed yet. What kind of movies in this genre do you like? Like I said, we'll be back again tomorrow. But for now, this is Sketch. Very happy with her movie for the night. Signing out.